Choice Podcast. I'm your host, Randy. Like we always say, life is the ultimate multiple choice test. So I'm going to have our guests introduce themselves. Start off with Alana.
Hey, my name's Alana.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
And
Hey, my name is Lamar.
Lamar, you're kind of new, so give us a little bit more information about you.
I'm an entrepreneur. Pretty much, got ins and outs about, life, challenges. I like IT, technology. That's pretty much it.
Awesome. All right. So today's topic is going to be the issues with modern dating. And we're going to start with the first video just to kick it off.
This is psychologist Barry Schwartz, and in 2004 he discovered a super interesting phenomenon called the paradox of choice. And the most famous study that he did was the jam jar experiment, where he set up a table of jams at a food market and offered samples to shoppers. On some days he only had 6 varieties of jam available, and on other days he had 24 varieties. And surprisingly, the results showed that shoppers were way more likely to buy jam when there were only 6 options on the table and not when there were 24. This is because when there were more jam options, shoppers were more likely to second guess which jam to pick and experience decision-making paralysis. But when they were presented with only a few jam options, shoppers were more likely to make a decision, feel confident in their choice. This is the paradox of choice, and it impacts all areas of life, from simple decisions like choosing what to watch on Netflix to more complicated decisions like choosing a career or a life partner. Weirdly, the more choices we have, the more difficult it is to both make the decision and to also be satisfied with the outcome. So what can we do about this? Well, by being aware of the negative effects of having too many options, we can try to simplify our choices, and we can choose to find more satisfaction in the decisions that we make.
All right, guys. The paradox of choice. To tie this back into the topics, I believe like one of the issues in dating is a plethora of choice. If you think about before the internet, before modern dating, your choices were limited to, who you know in the workplace, to your friends, your family might hook you up with some of your friends might hook you up with someone, people at church. But now in this age where literally at a click of a finger, you have access to a billion people, I feel that, cause some issues with dating.
Yep.
What's your perspective? Alana?
Me.
Yeah.
Oh,
We want to get the female aspect,
I agree. I feel like, even for men and women, way too many options. You want to dabble in this, you want to dabble in that, and you never want to actually commit. No one ever wants to commit now that they have so many options. I don't want to throw any men under the bus, but if a man is good looking and there's so many women that he can choose from, why would I commit? I wouldn't want to. Because if I can poke every single female out there, I would.
But he gotta have money.
Yeah.
Can't be broke and good looking.
Before we jump into that, what's your perspective on the topic though, like the paradox of choice? Lamar,
I think my intel for that is I agree with that. There's too many choices, too many options out there. As me, I'm a guy. It seems like when you're on these dating apps, it's more for the females than it is for the dudes, because when you talk to one chick, all of a sudden another chick, hey, she likes you, and then you go and start talking to the other chick, so you get kind of confused on who you wanna choose from, because this chick she might like the foods that you like, and this other chick, she might like what activities you like to do. It's like it gets confusing, but also in the aspect of pretty much choosing, it gets complicated because you have too many options out there where it makes it hard to choose which one you want to go with.
Plus, it's you're trying to sell. A lot of people are selling themselves online, and it's like.
what do you mean by selling themselves?
Selling themselves like.
Prostitutes?
No,
Yeah,
not like
I
that.
think
Not
she's
like that.
saying that.
No,
Yes.
not prostitution. I'm
Okay.
saying like. In order to find your potential mate, you have to sell yourself. And I can give off this image that I am all of that when in actuality persona.
Okay, gotcha.
When in actuality I'm not. So you're looking at everybody's description and it's like, does this match how I am? okay, I'll choose you. It doesn't work out because you lied, or maybe it's not what I thought it would be. Okay, let me go to the next one, as opposed to you don't have that time to build with that person like you
Yeah.
would if you were to find them on the street.
But also, it comes to the aspect of some of these girls be lying on these dating apps. They don't look nothing like their pictures. They looking like Freddy Krueger when you meet them. And I know from experience.
Really?
I'm just saying. So many options, but also
Tell us a little bit more about
Also
these
the lies.
Yeah. But I feel like, I agree with what you guys saying. I think with the many options that people have, there's not a lot of friction, if that makes sense, because it's easy for someone, because you brought dating apps, because most relationships, from what I've done, the research that says about 30% of relationships starts on dating apps, right? So before that, it was the opposite.
Yeah.
40% relationship starts through friends, mutual friends, and things of that nature. So with that aspect, with the internet and dating apps, I feel like there's less frictions, and that means that there's less consequences for you to click here and then, swipe right. Because if I swipe right, I don't get to feel that pain of rejection.
Oh, true.
And by having that, people who normally would not approach a woman or
Yeah.
vice versa approach a guy, they would be off the market basically. So with not having that friction or that fear of rejection or whatever the case may be, I think that adds to the overall paradox of choice. What do you guys think?
That's positive, though, isn't it? That's a positive
It's
take
a-
on it.
It's a positive, but I also see it's a negative, because like if we bring it back to like school and stuff like that, if people have unfeathered access to something, it makes it, I would say, less valuable, so to speak. So the people who would not be in the market originally, like for example, like I don't know, the new Corvette that just came out. There's a lot of people who didn't like Corvettes, right? But as soon as they saw the new Corvette, they all wanted the Corvette, which shot up the value of the car. So the people who are not originally in the market are flooding the market. So that's what I'm saying. Like when there's friction, where there's obstacles in dating, then there's less people in the market, because some of those people may not be able to overcome those obstacles, and make it a little easier. Like there can be, a guy who's playing video games all day in his house, and all he's just doing is like playing video games and swiping right? Or vice versa. It could be a girl who's not taking herself well, and all she's doing is like waiting for
girl.
someone to swipe. And
the same, man.
nah, man, let's not do that, bro.
Someone that is not.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, bro.
No, okay.
So, but basically back to my point, like there's more players in. When I say
game.
players, I'm not saying like the player that is taking advantage of
Right,
girls,
right.
but just players in the game. There's more players in the game than it would originally have been with
Yeah.
the advent of dating apps and things of that nature. So, with that being said, there's more players, there's more choices. When there's more choices, you always think there's something better. Yes.
That's what it is.
And that's what paralyzes you in making a decision.
And
So
that's why nobody wants to commit, because they feel like there's better.
yeah, that's true.
That's very true. That's
Yeah.
very true. That's why you see marriage rate is going down. Down. And even relationships are going down.
Wow, yeah,
Everybody's single, like
like a Pringle.
in good terms. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say the other one, but you finished it off good.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I think the many options is one of the main things, because before, if you didn't have that many options, you'd be limited to like the people in your neighborhood. You'd
Yeah,
be
your
limited to people
area.
in area code. But now, like, you can be an Instagram model and like you can get a DM from Drake,
True.
and Drake will like
Fly you out there.
yeah.
Fly you out and deny it.
Yeah.
Let me stop. I don't know what you do. I don't know what that man does.
So that's why I think that's one of the main issues is paradox of choices. The plethora of choices because you can get one you get paralyzed you get decision fatigue, which means like there's so many options you don't want to make an option. And there was this book I think it was called Willpower, and it says your ability to make decisions diminish throughout the day. So the more decisions you make throughout the day, at the end of the day, you not be able to make a good decision because your decision power has decreased. And it was they did some research on it, and I feel like when you add multiple choices, no pun intended, but when you add a lot of choices, then you also add decision fatigue. Eventually, you would reach a point where you don't make
Any decision.
or don't
I
make
would
the
agree.
right decision.
Yeah. And that applies to everything in life.
Yeah.
Shoot, I have anxiety when I go to the store.
Why is that? So much choices.
There's too many, not like the grocery store, right? But like if you're going in like Ross or something.
Whole
like I
Foods?
don't
No, I'm gonna get on you about that.
like if you're going to Ross or something.
Ross, yeah.
It's just so many items. Like for me, my eyes start to hurt, and I'm just like, forget this. I'll just shop
Okay.
online.
Okay,
Yeah, online
gotcha.
is-
even even worse. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
online is worse, and it takes me like days to find what I
Yeah.
want because I can't keep scrolling through.
Yeah. It is what it is. So what do you guys think in terms of what other issues do you believe plagues modern dating today? I mean, we brought dating apps. I think dating apps also
I think social media,
why you say social media.
just overall social media, because you have people out there that think you have time, and we don't have time. Like the older we get, not for everybody, before people start jumping down my neck, but we don't have time to play. We should
I need you to like dive into that. What
Oh,
do you mean?
God.
Like,
Yeah,
what-
because of social media, these people on the internet with these podcasts or these dating coaches make us feel like we have so many options outside of dating apps, right?
Okay.
We have so many options because of who we are. We are I hate to use this because you hear
Use-
this all the time. We are the table.
Oh,
But
the women be saying that.
Women be saying that.
We're the table. What do you bring to the table? I am the table.
Yup.
table. I'm trying to see how I wanna put this.
Okay.
I just feel like social media gives us a false sense of hope.
Okay. False sense of hope.
Hope in the dating world, like
Okay.
I have time just because I'm beautiful or just because I think I'm the
The shit.
the
yeah.
shit. Okay,
Yeah.
you gonna block it? I know. Because I think I'm the shit, or
Okay.
because I have this amount of money, or just because I am me.
For women, right? Are you saying? Or
No, for
in
men
gen-
too.
Okay. So when you say you have time, I'm trying to get that because when people say that, it usually talks about women with their biological clock. So what do you mean by we have time? Are you saying like
I'm saying the older we get, it's harder out there to find the person.
the
that you
person?
want.
I mean, yeah, it is. But I do think you have time, but it all depends on, your perspective on life. If you want to have kids, yeah, there's a certain point of time you want to have kids. But if that's not the main barometer, you should have time because life doesn't happen the same way for everyone. Life is different. We're all on different paths, different roads. So we can't compare ourselves to person X who got married at 20 and said, we missed the boat versus person S who got married at like 70. Life happens, like I said, it's different for all of us. And I think if you're in a rush to get in a relationship or get married, you're probably going to make the wrong decision. So I think it's a balancing act,
Yeah.
like you got to say you have time, but at the same time, it's like you don't want to rush into, a decision that may not be well
The
for
right
you.
one.
Yeah. And I think that, I mean, at least for me personally, like the fear of commitment is not for me. Like, I don't want to commit to a person. Is especially nowadays, it's like for guys, like when
You have
we,
a fair commitment?
I mean, I have a fear of commitment.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got that from you.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, when I say fear of commitment, is like, I don't want to marry the wrong person.
I
So,
think that's all of us, though.
yeah.
But sometimes you
And
just gotta take that chance.
Yeah, but I don't want to take that chance.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
don't want to take that bullet.
All right, I feel you.
Because I think at least this society, we don't respect a lot of institutions nowadays. Like marriage is not respected. Like relationship, I mean, that's modern dating is a new phenomenon. Yeah, it's a new phenomenon, right? Like back in the olden days, dating used to not exist, right? And when everybody got into dating, the clear objective was marriage. Now dating, right? There's
Yeah.
no objective, right?
There's no end goal.
Yeah. Now we have
Living
this
life.
term casual dating, right?
Hold on a sec. There's an end goal.
What's the end goal?
Talking about smashing.
Oh man.
You got that right. Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, I mean that's a goal, but that's something that's within the process. You would hope is within the process of getting to know person. Like, yeah, there's people who are in it just to smash. Not in front. There's a lot of people in it just to
Yeah,
smash.
that's what I'm
And then,
saying.
like,
The
bro,
whole-
there's,
I think the
there's
whole
guys,
plethora.
there's girls who's in it just to smash, but at the same time, like you posted something like that too. Like,
What'd I do?
remember you posted that I guess it was like the bad boy who didn't want to choose the bad girl, but he chose the church girl or something like that. I don't know what it was. It was like a caricature or something like that. But to bring it back, but there's people who are in it, right? In dating, yeah, just to smash, and they know it, right? But they choose the person who's not in it, just for that. They choose the person who wants to be in a relationship, right? And that person thinks, hey, this guy or girl wants the same thing that I want.
Oh, you're saying two people, one person just wants to smash, but the other one thinks that they're in it for commitment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm good. All right, keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of the, some of the issues happen too, because people are not in it for the same. And we tend to think people think like we do or raised like us. And we project, our values onto someone. So,
But that's where conversation needs to happen.
yeah.
Not that the other person will tell the truth, but I'm just saying that's where conversation needs
People
to happen.
lie? I didn't know that.
People lie, numbers don't, right?
Well, numbers misrepresent. They never lie, but yeah.
So, in your opinion, what is I don't know, in y'all opinion, what should, let's say a man simply wants to smash, right? What should a woman look out for a guy that simply wants to smash? Like, how are we supposed to know that?
I mean, you guys are supposed
If I
to
ask
know
the
that.
question. What do you mean?
You can't,
Yeah,
ask,
like-
you can't ask a guy that question.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, yeah, no, I'm here for commitment. But really, if he's very smooth at talking to you, everything he say is right, and just hit you in that little spot in your chest, and you're like, oh, so sweet. That's the dude you gotta watch out for. He's out there to get you.
Tuh.
He's out there to get you. The other guy that's pretty much not on tee with everything, and pretty much, he may mess up on a line to you, or may mess up on, getting stuff for you, but that's the type of dude, you should give a chance to. And that's the guy that's always on point on everything. He because that guy pretty much most of the time, man, I know that guy. I'm a guy. Most of the time when a guy do that, the guy do that, he's about
I'm a
getting
guy,
something,
bro.
You
I think it's
yeah.
obvious
You gotta
that you're
spend.
gay.
No, sometimes it's not obvious.
Yeah.
He could say like,
Yeah.
you never know. There.
No, you remember, hey, we dealing with the transgender type of thing. So
Hey.
I'm just saying.
Right,
I'm just
right.
saying.
Yeah, from clown world back to the real
Yeah,
world.
bro.
Like, But yeah, like for your answer to your question, I can't really provide you an answer on that question, to be honest with you. Because I would just be projecting what I think because it's not a lifestyle that I live, but I just know there are guys that are out there, right? And women, you guys should know, technically, you guys, if you guys
How am I
are,
supposed to know that?
you are because like you're
No.
I wouldn't
your
say
fa-
that.
your
no.
family, yeah, you should know how to. Here's what you're saying. If I'm a man and I'm choosing a woman, I should not know how to pick my woman.
No, it's not that. It's them figuring out if the guy is for a relationship or he's
Right.
here for.
But that's the same
smashing.
thing of choosing. So like that's just escaping. To me, escaping responsibility. It's gonna be tough, right? It's gonna be tough to know what's people's true intentions, right?
Yeah.
When you're dating somebody or you're trying to choose somebody, but at the same time, you got to take that responsibility of figuring out. It's not like this is not something new under the sun. Like, bro, there's been guys who wanted to smash girls like for ages, and that was
I
the
know,
only
and women
objective.
still can't figure it out.
Yeah, there's
No,
a whole lot of
there's a lot of them that
women.
can figure it out. They just choose not to figure it out because
So
whatever
you
they,
pretty much saying they need to take accountability for their actions.
yeah, you need to take accountability. But there's times where guys who they tricked you, women.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not denying that fact. There's those times, but at the same time, like don't come crying to me that this guy broke your heart when he broke like 5 other girls' heart before you. Like
Man,
don't.
the girl's not gonna know that.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
not gonna
not-
tell them
yeah,
that.
he's not gonna tell
gonna
me
tell
he's
them
not.
that at all.
But the streets talk though, right?
No.
But
Street
some
don't
girls
talk.
not in the streets like that, so they
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know.
They don't
Bro, you
know.
a girl? What's up?
I'm just saying. I'm trying to help her.
Yeah, because-
But
At the same time, it's like, who are you learning from? Because this brings back to like the family, right? The family dynamic. The father in the house is supposed to teach you. Your mother in the house is supposed to teach you. Your father knows what most guys are up to, right? Because he's a guy, right? He's been there, done that. Well, he probably hasn't done that, but he's seen people who's done that, right? So this goes back to that family dynamic. Then also you got your clique, your friends, right? Your friends dealt with, guys who are not up to par,
Yeah.
and you can take advice from them. Your brother, like, there's so many like ways of getting information, and using that information to make your decision. That I don't see why,
You wouldn't be able to pick it up.
I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to pick it up. But like I said, there's moments where, guy, like you said, there's a guy that's so smooth, or there's a girl that's,
There's
she's
a lot of
damn
men
near
that's
hot.
smooth.
Like, bro, like they'll get you, like, and it happens, right? I'm not denying that fact, but at the
Yep.
same time, like, who's responsible for our lives, right?
I don't think girls really get you. They most of the time, a lot of girls they rather have a relationship.
Nah, there's girls
No.
that tear up guys' hearts.
But but it's not that.
And that's
it's
how-
the fact that them getting your money.
But that's the same thing,
You
though.
know, but you talking about girls that just want to smash. I don't really see too
Well,
many girls
what I'm
that
saying,
want to do that.
it's different. Like,
Mostly
guys,
guys want to smash, girls want to get your money
yeah,
as much
there's
as they can get.
yeah, but it's just the
Spend
dynamics
that
are
dough.
different. Like, we can trade X for B, but it's still manipulating someone to get something that you want. Yeah, so it's the same factor. Like, there's girls out there that's gonna manipulate you just to get your money, right? Right, and of course, a girl doesn't necessarily need to manipulate a guy to smash, because a guy would smash a girl first quarter. You feel me? Like,
Second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. We gonna throw another fifth quarter in there. Just to throw it in.
yeah,
there.
like, it don't even have to be the right circumstance. So those are two dynamics that are different. But the fact still remains that if a girl's after your money, you have to be able to recognize that, right? And if a guy's after
I
your,
just feel that is so much. I feel like that's easy to pick up on with a
No.
chick. If she wants you for your money,
sometimes it's not.
Okay.
But sometimes, like, yeah, like she looks at your car or whatever. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but there's times where it can be like subtle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she could play the long game.
True.
What's that? Brittany Renner played the long game, right? She got a bag, right? So but yeah, it's different in terms of that. So yeah, to go back to your question, yeah, it's not a question that I can answer for you because I'll just be giving you theories.
Yeah.
You feel me? And
Theory's okay.
and I'm not a theory person. I'm a practitioner, man.
Oh,
Alright.
there you go. You got to be practical.
Yeah, practitioner, bruh. Like, but yeah, man. I mean, we just gotta keep our eyes open. But yeah. So, what other issues do you think like that plagues like society in terms of like modern dating? I know right now we're having a dialogue. I think it would be like the men versus women.
Yeah.
That's like
This
been
gender
heated.
war.
Yeah, the gender war.
That's annoying.
How do you think that's affecting dating now?
I mean,
How about you, Lauren? What do you
I
think?
don't know, man. I think probably how it's affecting people is just the fact that everybody just for self instead of being
Yeah.
for, hey, let's
That's
try to
facts.
build something together.
Yeah.
So that's the issue that we have, and nobody want to work together as a team.
Why you think that though?
You
Why
know?
do you think no one wants to work together?
Because, man, I experienced it in the dating field,
No,
brother.
I know you experienced it,
Come
but
on, man.
what is the why though? Like,
The why?
it's like I can say, hey, this car can travel 5,000 miles. Why? This car can travel 5,000 miles. Car has an engine. Car has a transmission. Why do you think that people don't want to work together? Like that's
I mean, pretty much just, let me think. I think they just pretty much they just want to get as much as they want out of you, or this, it's a want thing, and then probably
they're
also,
selfish?
selfish,
gotcha.
but from my experience, I could tell you this, being out there dating is a lot of people that disguise themselves as they're going to be doing good for you, but also they doing evil behind your back. It's just, she got, she experienced. I think you need to say something about that. Let me just give it to you.
I don't have nothing to say about that.
No, you don't. See, don't be afraid in the camera. Just
I
say
don't
it.
have
Yeah,
anything to
it
say
looked like
about
you
that.
wanted to interject.
Interject,
Oh, well, because
something.
I was gonna say, I always feel like there's an agenda for stuff, right? Conspiracy theorists, whatever. But I feel like there's an agenda based on what we see. You have the music that tells us what to do, television shows that tell us what to do. So we grow up thinking, hey, I'm a baddie, I'm a boss bitch.
Okay.
I can do it all by myself. But this is what we're learning. We're learning this all around us.
Yeah.
Men, I'ma smash this. I ain't gonna be with no bras and the music. Everything that we're seeing, even when we were little, we're growing up to see that. So it's sinking into our spirit that that's the lifestyle, that's the type of person that we have to be, and it is all about self. And for us being for self, it's breaking up the family. That's all I can say. It's just breaking up the family
Gotcha.
dynamic.
Yeah. So yeah, just to piggyback off what you were saying, I think it might tie with you, but so selfishness, right? Let's talk about that. When we look at like both genders, right, male and female, right, the bad bitch, right, the boss bitch, right. So that's like the female version of a man, right?
Yeah.
From what I can gather, because that's a super alpha female, right?
Yeah.
So when I look at that, I would say more women, and I don't have stats. I feel like more women aspire to be that, right? And
Yeah.
like for a man, right? I don't want to be with another man, right?
Yes.
But okay.
Yes. Yes.
But I understand the whole bad bitch persona seems like it's alpha, but it's also used as a term to make us feel
Superior,
not superior to men, just
self-empowered.
self-empowerment.
Okay, so that's a better word. But yeah, I mean, you can get self-empowered. But when I look at girls do that, they'd be like, "Oh, I can get this, I can get X, Y, Z. I'm independent, bro." But you're supposed to be independent. Like, there's no like.
That is true. You're being an adult.
Yeah, you're an adult, right?
Yeah.
And to compare it to guys, and I'm not you know, trying to say anything bad about women, but like if a guy says that, that's like, bruh, like what the hell are you saying? Like, nigga, like, sorry.
Well, you have to look at it from a female's perspective, right? Because back in the day, we were dependent on men. So now that we can get our own bag, that makes us feel good.
I wouldn't say dependent. I would say it was
It's not dependent?
a symbiotic relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can understand what you're saying. The women were more financially dependent on the man, but the man was dependent on the woman to
Take care of the home.
take care of the home and the children and stuff like that. So it worked, and it wasn't because like men wanted it like that. It was not like, bitch, stay home and take care of the kids. It wasn't that. It was because one, women, you guys have kids, you guys have your cycle, right? So it was tough for women to work because childbearing would take you guys out for a long period of time. Your cycle would take you out for a long period of time. With the advent of technologies like, you know, birth control, tampons, whatever, that enable women to jump into the workforce kind of like men, because you were able to push off the responsibility of having kids till later time. Then, you know, whatever your cycle, the medications for that helps you maintain yourself in the workforce. So I feel like, yeah, there was a time women were dependent, but I think it was just because of the biological reasons, right? Because of what I just stated. But now it's like, yeah, you guys are making money, which is good, but where's that all going to? Like, when a guy makes the money, he thinks about making this money for his family, right? When a woman make about money nowadays, at least from what I've seen, it's like
For herself?
for myself. So it's different. Like for me, example, like we were talking earlier, I'm trying to get to 100K. I'm trying to be a millionaire. I'm not thinking about that for myself. Like, forget me. Like, I'm trying to make that money so I can take care of my peoples, bro. Like, I'm trying to leave a legacy for my family, trying to take care of my moms, trying to buy people cribs. Like, if I can get to that level, that's what I'm thinking about when I'm thinking about money. I'm not really thinking about myself. Yeah, I'm gonna benefit from it. That's my goal, to benefit from it. But anybody who knows me, they know I'm cheap, man. I don't buy like.
Yeah, right. He said he's frugal.
I'm frugal, yeah.
Frugal. He ain't cheap. He's frugal.
I don't try to buy myself like fancy stuff. I'd rather spend the money on like my friend, my mom's, like my people's, whatever. I'll buy my homeboy something more expensive than I'll buy myself, because I'm trying to save the money for me so I can invest it and do something like that. And when I look at how, at least the modern women, I don't, and this is a generalization, right? I don't know if, like, a lot of these women personally, I see that when they make money, it's for me, right? And I'm saying for me.
But that's what they're, I don't know, like many women that are at that level. However, that's what they're projecting online. I would make the assumption that they too want to take care of their people. They're just not showing that online.
Yeah.
They do it in secret.
In secret?
They do it in secret.
Why would you want to keep that a secret, though?
Because not everybody needs to know that part of you.
No.
They only need to know the flashy side of you online. Not that they need to, but that's, that's what makes people view your content, is by what you have that everybody else doesn't.
I mean, that's true to a certain degree, but like I can say for athletes, like when I see athletes, they make their first million, they be like, yeah, I bought my mom a house. First quarter. Like, I never saw like a successful woman say something like that in the celebrity space. I see a lot of these athletes, yeah, I bought my mom a house. Yeah, I bought my dad a car. I bought my family this. And you always hear about the successful male person going broke, taking care of his family and his peoples, versus the successful woman going broke, taking care of their family. Usually the successful woman that gone broke is just they spent too much money on themselves. Like, I think like Little Kim or one of those people.
Yeah.
In that aspect.
But how many women are at that level to
Nah.
say that they can take care of their family
That's
in
true.
that aspect. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not
And there's not
everybody
many.
makes LeBron money.
Yeah, true.
A lot of women ain't making that.
Nah, you could say the WNBA players. You know?
They not making.
It's the NBA players that are paying for their salary. They don't make no
I'm
money.
You
just
made more than
saying, you know,
WNBA
that's what I'm saying. Whoa! Oh my goodness.
No, that I think the average salary over there is like about 30 something to like 50. Like the
Man.
top player makes 100,000. Like that's not even much.
Yeah, I think
But if
that's-
they were,
that's
if
the average.
say put in this aspect, if WNBA players were making the amount of money professional basketball players was making, do you think they would do the same thing that a male sports NBA player would do with their family?
I do. I
You
feel
would
that
do?
way. Yeah,
You think all of them would do that?
I think. I feel so.
But you know, some of them, you know, they kind of on that.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but
Yeah.
on that aspect. But some of them, they would probably do it. But some of them, to me, I don't think if they're on the feminine side, some of them would, you know, splurge on themselves before they splurge on their family. You know,
Basketball players, male basketball players splurge on themselves as
Yeah,
well.
of
Rich people
course, of
splurge on
course.
themselves and their family.
of course.
yeah,
Of
what?
course, of course.
So I think it'll work on both sides as long as you have the funds to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, but
You just don't see it.
I don't see. It.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but most WNBA players, you know, they're different. They're different breed. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, they're different. Yeah.
What goes on in the locker room stays in the locker room.
Oh.
Mhm. All right. So I'm like, do you guys? What other topics do you guys or aspects of dating you think issues I would say affecting dating today, modern dating?
I really don't have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either. I
Yeah.
just
I think we pretty much got on most of it.
Yeah.
Most of it, you know. I mean, I know you probably don't want to hear me say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
say it.
Say what?
It can be blocked.
I mean, my experience, this a lot of these heavyset females, man.
Okay.
Their attitudes towards, you know, they think they could get any man, and I'm wondering why is it like that?
But that's confidence,
It's confidence, but the thing is the confidence is like on 100.
Oh, I was gonna say
And
10. You said
no, it's not on 10. It's on 100.
Okay.
They independent.
That's
They
Yeah.
got their own money. So they said I could talk to any guy, but most guys. I mean, if you put it in a man aspect, you know that he has money, but he's overweight. He know he's gonna stay in his lane and try to get chicks that
He can get
might
chicks,
be.
though.
But he could get chicks, but he's gonna try to get something that fits his.
I see some
Diaspora.
overweights that be with some
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 slim-
baddies.
but
like,
yeah,
I'm
but
like,
baddies,
bro.
but hey, but-
I'm like, how did you get that one, bro?
He flashed that money. He's like, hey, here you go.
Yeah.
But you already know she's with that dude just for the money.
And he
But
knows
it-
that too. Even exchange.
But on the opposite side for males,
Really, is that an even exchange?
To him, it probably is an even exchange.
Okay.
I'm a
would
big.
you date a big guy?
No,
All right.
I wouldn't.
If he had money, like he had 100
Even if
million.
he had money, even if he had 100 million, I'm not dating a dude that is overweight. Okay, for me, this is all right. I'm gonna put my business out there. Oh God. Okay, so
Don't
for
have to
me,
put the whole business out there.
right. Yeah. If I can't picture myself having sex with you, I can't be with you. And so for a big person, sorry, it's just a preference. I cannot see myself having sex with a big person.
You want to get some other, huh?
Just like, what am I gonna lift up the belly? Like, come on now. Like I work out.
Oh,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
No, I feel you. You want someone that matches your lifestyle.
Exactly.
Remember what I was telling you a couple days ago about like when you hang out with people that don't have the same priorities as you, it starts creeping into your habit.
does.
Yeah.
And I was telling you about an unnamed person, but
Yeah.
so
I want
but
to know the person. Who the person? I want to know.
but
Unknown.
but I agree with you. Yeah, I think you should have someone that matches your lifestyle because
Yeah.
you're with that person every day. So iron sharpens iron. Good. What's that? Evil company corrupts good habits. So I agree with you on that. But again, like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So there's gonna be people who like that, who like bigger people, and there's gonna be people who don't. And I agree with you. The big person, they tend to they have a lot of character, to say the least. They're
A lot of confidence.
confident,
A whole lot.
but they be like the best people
Oh,
to talk
nah.
to, though. Like to be honest with you, like I've talked to some, like
Somebody
people.
that's have overweight.
Yeah, they have because they're overweight. They kind of overcompensate in terms of they have to.
Male and female, or you're just talking about males?
I'm
Which
not
one you talking about?
male.
Male?
Yeah,
Females?
I'm talking about
Personality?
females. Like, yeah, they tend to
You
They
said
t-
overcompensate.
because they overcompensate for their lack of size, so they have to pursue. So they have a big character, they have a big personality, so they tend to go after what they want more
Oh,
than
say it again.
than
Okay.
average. Yeah,
I
like remember
would
when you
agree.
said you wouldn't shoot your shot, but
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
9 times out of 10, a big girl she would shoot
She
her
would.
shot.
I
Oh
know.
my
Yeah.
goodness.
She would.
That's
Yeah.
the crazy thing about it. I wish it would be in all aspect of females. All women, not just the big girls have
Yeah.
100%,
Yeah,
that
Confidence?
confidence.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want
no.
girls that's regular, slim girls, regular sized girls have that confidence to go up to a guy and say, "Hey man, I like you."
but
are
hold
you
on,
single?
let's talk about this though. Like if a girl actually came up to you, right, and
please ask him the
and
question.
shoot her shot at you, how would you feel? Like how would you like respond to that?
I'm like, oh.
Really? I don't feel like dudes would want that. They'd feel. I feel like a
what-
man would feel
What, really?
awkward.
No.
Yes.
Men, we would love for females to come up to her with confidence and say, "Hey, I like you. Are you single? What you doing?" See, because I'm gonna put it out there. I talked to Randy. Randy said he liked that type of females.
You like a woman that'll come approach you.
I mean, it happened before. I had girls
Yeah.
who approached me. I mean, it's a lot. Yeah. But the thing is, when the girls approach me, it's like it's tough for me to figure out like whether they really like me or they just give me a compliment. Because when my dreads were real long, I mean, I used to have girls come up to me and like talk to me and everything. Like I was like, okay. I'm like, okay, cool. There's times where it's like, yeah, this kind of feels awkward, but whatnot. But there's also times where it's like, yeah, what's up? What you want to do? Like, and this is the issue with girls. Like, you guys don't give like good signals. Like,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, like-
I'm gonna agree.
and but yeah, I would,
Yeah, I guess
of course, I would love that. Like, because you make it it's easier for me. Like,
Yes.
A woman's not gonna.
we already know that.
They're not gonna be like, because one, we don't know you at first, so we're not gonna be like, I like you. You know, I was just watching you from afar, and I was like, you know what?
All right, we meet eyes.
Hold on.
You know, right?
Oh, okay.
Love at first sight. Like,
Oh,
what's
all
up? Like,
And I was just wondering, can I take? First off, I ain't taking nobody out, but would you like to take me out? Like, how is she supposed to approach you and tell her how she feels, and she doesn't know you, but she just thinks you look good?
start off with that.
Start off with that, Start off with a joke.
I don't really require a joke.
What joke are we gonna tell?
Just like guys get girls, they talk, they make a joke, and
Yeah.
they laugh, and so you pretty much bring their
But
level
women don't
of-
want to feel. We don't want to
know?
feel corny and
How you
tell
gonna
a
feel
stupid joke.
corny?
Yeah.
Jokes is make people laugh.
Yeah, but what if they tell a corny joke?
If a
Then
man
it-
came up to
then-
a woman with a corny joke, she's gonna be like, "Oh God, you're a cornball." Like,
Nah, it all depends.
No,
Like,
it all depends. Now.
yeah, if a man come up to a girl with a corny joke, it all depends on her attraction level to that guy. Because if he's really attractive, she'll laugh her ass off. Yeah,
that's true.
but if he's like a 2, she'd be like,
yeah.
"Oh man, you get away."
Ew.
Yeah.
No, first thing like, ew, get away from me.
Nah. Yeah.
It's not ew. It's just, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Term.
Term. So it is what it is. I forgot what we were talking about in terms of that.
I did too.
We were talking about big girls' confidence.
Oh,
and
their
then-
confidence
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
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 And then also, is it okay for women to, actually approach men with that confidence level, all sizes, not just big girls, just have all sizes,
I mean, to each his own, man. Like,
you know?
I mean, with
I've had
social,
dudes tell me they wouldn't want a girl to approach them.
Yeah, I
because
mean,
they feel like
Which-
that's masculine.
Which dude? Are you just making up this person?
No, I'm
nah,
not.
there's guys like that. I mean, it
Yeah.
is kind of masculine too, but I mean, I don't think that's super masculine because,
to
like, bro,
me-
like, women said, or at least that's what society says. A woman says, I'm as equal to a man, right?
Yeah.
I'm independent,
Mhm.
right? So if we add all that together, why can't you approach? Like, that's part
Thank
of
you.
it.
Man,
But
because the man's supposed to chase.
See, look at that.
yeah, the man.
That's
yeah.
back in the day. Today
No.
is a different day.
No,
It's
it
different.
It's
remains.
different.
It remains.
Nope. You can't go. You can't
It-
go forward.
it remains
You can't go in the
today.
past and going forward. No,
Yeah.
no. We can't do
That's
that.
how.
No, I guarantee you, your kids, they're gonna have girls going up to dudes.
Oh,
asking
yeah.
them. But that's good. That's what I'm saying. That's how we're evolving.
Yeah.
Women are gonna be more. They want women to be more like men.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the aspect of where we're going. Where women's gonna have that confidence. Eventually, they're gonna have that big girl confidence. That's what I'm gonna call
Yeah.
it, big girl confidence, to go up to men and ask them for, "Hey, I like you." Start up a conversation because the signals they giving out now is trash.
It's always been like that.
Trash.
Yeah.
They
So
drop.
what
They
signals?
drop.
Give me what has a woman ever approached you before?
Actually, no. Actually, I lied. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was her style bad? Was it trash?
No,
you
the
remember?
thing is was on the looks.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
big girls, looks wise, I'm not attracted to her. So, what I do is just say, hey, this is my preference. But the thing is, if it was a hot girl, you think I'm a,
So,
think I'm a-
do you remember what the girl asked you or what she said?
probably
When she
said
came up
some,
to you?
probably said some corny stuff. So I just say, knowing that I'm a funny guy, I say something corny back to her, but make her laugh. And then
Yeah.
after that, just also see me just disappear like Casper, just into the crowd.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know,
I feel you.
just like anything else.
Where it's like-
you just want to vanish away from that individual because you're not attracted.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the same way as you think. Like if you're not sexually attracted, or I can't go out. You have guys that just want to have girls that they take out at nighttime. No, I want a girl that's I'll be able to take out during the day, doing all the different afternoon, evenings, all that stuff. I don't just want to have a girl to just take her out, just at nighttime because to me that's like you coming out with Beetlejuice. We don't need that. So back to the aspect, it will be good, and I know we're moving towards that aspect of women going to be approaching men with better signals, and then it's going to be women going to be taking men out on the first date and paying for it.
No,
Ooh.
I doubt that.
Ooh, I said it.
Well, okay.
I doubt
all
that.
I
right.
said it.
So, would you feel comfortable with a woman paying on a first date?
Hell yeah.
You would?
Hell yeah.
You won't feel awkward?
No,
No? Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
he wants that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who
I
don't
mean, for
want
me,
that?
nah, not for me. Like I was raised. I mean, at least I would say the girl should offer, but for me, like
She should offer to pay for the first date.
she should offer. Just like it doesn't.
So what
like,
about?
Okay.
But I
I
will
could
still-
understand if I asked you out.
right?
If I approach you like you would want a woman to approach you.
approach me,
And then
yeah.
I
Pay for the
pay.
first date.
I mean, fine, whatever.
I'll
I
still
would
pay.
hope that the guy would be like, nah, you good.
Yeah, like
That's a test.
No,
too.
no. I'm
That's a test.
testing you. If you
And
pay
she
for the
testing
first
you.
day, no, you paying for the
see,
first
you see
day.
with all these tests, like
We testing each other,
that's
you know.
just-
We- I'm just saying.
and y'all both
If you
failing
can
each
pay for the
other's
first
tests.
date, you telling me that you able to hold me down.
See, that's one of the
But
issues.
That's
with
I'm
what
this.
testing you to see if
saying.
you're manly enough to take charge.
Mm.
But
No,
now
no,
you're
no,
making me
but
be
if-
the
no,
man.
no. The thing is not you're not being the man.
Yeah, if-
You just reassuring the dude that hey, you got his back if he don't have anything. That's pretty
Yeah.
much men test the same way as women test us.
Yeah.
So the thing is an aspect, man. When my girlfriend used to, pay for dates, man. I used to love that. I used to eat
Yeah.
that up.
And I paid for dates too. I'm saying the first date.
But if she approached you and she said, hey,
So who-
let's
Who's
Let's go
asking?
out.
Like, who's asking on the first date? Like, is the man asking her out? I think regardless, the man
If
should
she
pay for the
asked
first
you
date.
out.
Like, first date is the man should pay regardless.
Yeah.
That's just setting the tone.
I mean, if a woman is asking a man, and this is
Out.
why ladies, y'all,
Yeah.
I don't know about shooting your shot, but if you go on a date with a man and you're the one that asks him, you should be prepared to pay. 'cause
Prepared to pay.
It's not that the man is gonna
Thank you.
Yeah,
come out of his pocket and pay, but it would be nice
it would
if
be.
he does.
But that's
Would
the
be.
thing, though. Like, women expect men to be held to their traditional roles, but
Yup.
they don't hold themselves to their traditional roles. Like, for me, I don't care about paying the first day. I'll pay regardless, whatever. Like, money's money, right?
Yeah.
So I'll pay. But at the same time, it's like, if I'm paying, then I should have some kind of authority, on over you or on what we do. Because nowadays it's like, y'all girls, like, y'all don't accept regular dates anymore. It's like,
Okay,
I
that's true.
I wanna do this. Oh, I wanna go shoot guns. Nah, we
Yeah.
going here, man. Like, what the
Exactly.
Shooting guns is fun for a first date.
It's fun, but that shit is expensive too. But like,
Or
Yeah.
in the aspect of that as well, like going to these fancy restaurants that you're
Yeah.
gonna be spending $150.
right, never, like,
You know?
the average first date costs like at least $100. I don't think I spent $100 on a date before. I was like,
$100 is
yeah,
that's
well,
nothing on a first date.
yeah, but that's the average. Why should I be?
That's average.
Why would I should spend
is.
$100 to get to know you, like
On the first day.
on the first date? Why can't we do something that either doesn't cost any money or that the cost
You
is
can,
minimal?
but that's where you need to vet for the girl and see
Yeah.
if she's
But
down for.
most girls aren't open to that.
Thank you.
They want everything.
There are girls that are open to that.
Yeah.
There are.
How about a date at date at the house? This guy said, I remember I was always like, he's like, yeah, all his first dates happen.
He did out
Has
Netflix
what?
and chill, ain't
All
it?
his dates happened at his house.
Nah, that's a negative.
That's a negative.
That's a negative. I'm not going to your house.
No.
So we could meet at a park.
We can meet at a park. I've met a guy at a
Okay.
park before, even though I wouldn't have considered it a first date.
What? Why not?
But-
That is a first date.
That was it, you think? It was him. I guess. Okay. Yeah.
Did he have food ready?
No, it was me. I met him at the park,
Just talk.
and we just was talking.
Okay.
Oh, he's smart, man.
I'm always smart, huh?
That's what I'm saying.
He's
man.
like, let me
Take-
get-
take-
let me
take
take
some
notes for
you
this
know?
dude, right?
You know?
Nah. Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's hard, like, for the guys because how many first dates you're gonna have in a year where you got to dish out all this cash?
I
Yeah.
know.
So that's why those cheap dates are good, but at the same time, it's a catch-22 because like the woman may not want that, right? Or that may send a bad signal, right? Saying, oh, he might not be financially stable, but this guy could have money, right? But he just don't want to be spending all his resources
On her.
on her. Yeah,
Yeah.
that may be only a one night thing or something, one date. Yeah, so it's crazy. I think that's one of the issues with modern dating. It's like the gender role. Men still gets held to their gender role, where women say we don't want to be held with their gender role, right? So for me, like this guy said it, if I'm gonna pay for the first date, I better be the only person you're dating, and you better not be smashing any other guys if I'm paying for the first date.
I
And-
don't think there's any way that y'all would know that.
Yeah, you're not gonna know
I
that.
know that.
Yeah, so that's why
So then in theory he's saying that he's not paying for
he's
a
not
first
paying
date.
first date.
Dang,
Ah,
exactly.
Yeah.
He's not gonna get a girl then.
Yeah.
Well, he got money, so girls follow money, right?
Exactly.
So
Do they know he has money?
yeah, they know,
Okay. Well,
you know.
all right. The long game then.
Yeah,
They know eventually he's gonna pay.
I guess. Yeah, I don't think guys have an issue with paying. It's just
No, we
the
don't.
series of paying. Like,
Yeah, it's just nonstop pain and pain.
Pain and
Because I
pain.
dated a girl that was like that. You know, she wanted you to pay for everything.
yeah,
And she was old fashioned, but her mentality was just like you said, a bad you know what.
Yeah.
She was an independent girl, had her own things, but she wanted me to spend my money.
that's what it.
You know,
She never volunteered.
She never volunteers,
Yeah.
and to me, that's a big turnoff for me.
Yeah.
Big turn off. You
Yeah.
know? Girl got to be able to contribute something.
Yeah, I say after a while, like after a couple dates, like if she doesn't pay, then she's done.
Time to call
Yeah.
it quits.
Yeah, because I had girls who
After
pay
how
for.
many dates?
Throw that fish back
I
in the
mean,
ocean.
it's fluid. I don't want to give a number because
Alright.
because if you say 3 dates, me and you may not click to the point at those 3 dates, right? Or you may not click with me where you'd say I may want to pay for that date. So it all depends on you and that person. Like I got girls who paid for dates for me, but I'll probably pay for the first, second, whatever. Then they'll say, hey, let's go here, and they'll pay whatnot. So it was a girl like it's so funny. I remember I left my wallet, and I was like, oh shit, I
You
left
did the
my
wallet test?
no.
That's what I was just thinking.
No, it wasn't a real wallet test. Like for me,
Oh, I want to hear this.
Nah.
What did she do?
she paid.
How did she feel?
She felt okay. She's like, don't
She
have
felt
too much.
empowered.
No, she's like, no, because like for me, like I mean, I was raised by a woman, so I'm always in the mindset I always have to pay. So
Yeah.
regardless of the situation, I'm paying. Like even if things hit the fan, whatnot, and like the date is not gonna happen, I'll still pay. So it's like my mindset. I'm there. I'm like, shit, I forgot my wallet, and I had told her, and I'm like, yo, let's go back so I can go get it. And she was like, nah, she'll pay. I'm like, nah, let's go back so I can pay. And she's like, nah, don't have too much pride. She's like, I'll pay. And she paid. It was
Okay, that's good. That's good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it wasn't like
That's
a extravagant. We went like to go, I think after we worked out, we were going to go get to like some shakes, whatnot. But like for me, like I always, and that's just me personally, like, and people may not think this way. Like I always want to know that I can pay regardless of what happens. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm always prepared to pay because it's okay. I was just how I was raised. I'm raised traditional, so I always feel like the guy should pay, but at the same time, like there are women who's gonna take advantage of that. So we want to be open to the fact that hey, yeah, I'm gonna pay, but if I see that you're not willing to contribute to the relationship, if we're in a relationship, but this might be like still early days, but like if we're in a relationship, then I have to make a decision. You know, I may say, hey, you know, you pay for the next date or whatnot, or we don't go out until you pay, or whatever the case may be.
You
Like,
ain't bringing that up to that girl.
Yeah.
You're not
Netflix.
saying that to that girl.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it. It's just we're not gonna go out. Then when you choose to go out, when you say, hey, let's go out there, oh, hey, are you gonna pay? Like, it's not like I'm not gonna.
You really gonna say that?
Yeah, like, bro, like, why not? Like,
Wow.
why not? Like, the thing is, like,
I just forget my wallet at home.
Nah,
Oh,
why?
but guess what?
Guess
There's
what?
Zelle.
there's
Oh,
can
is
sell
that
me
right?
that money.
Okay.
oh, if a girl tell me to sell her
Hey, I
money,
don't
it's a
have
wrap,
Zelle.
bro.
I don't
It's a
have
wrap.
Zelle.
You can cash out.
I don't
Whatever.
have Cash App either.
But cash
I don't have
out,
none of that. I'm
You
old
got none.
school. I'm old
Listen.
school.
That boy said, "I'm old school. I'll write you a bounce
I'll
check."
write you Take this check.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't deposit for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, post dated check.
Both get a check.
Nah, man.
But I do agree. It should be like
I think
you should alternate.
yeah,
For sure. I
you should
get it.
alternate. It's like you and your friends. Like if you hang out with your homeboy or your homegirl, your homeboy's not gonna always pay. Your homegirl's not always gonna pay. You guys finna alternate, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like one night, and it's not even like you say it. It's instinctively like you guys would
Right.
do it. Like when me and Lamar hang out, sometimes he'll pay, sometimes I'll pay. It's not like I say, "Oh, Lamar, we going out, you paying," or like tomorrow, my other homeboys, we going out, you paying. It's just like during the course of building a relationship with people, you instinctively do these things because you say, hey, this is my friend or this is my girl. I want to take care of this person. I'm paying. So like if a person that you're dating, if a girl like doesn't instinctively do that or a guy doesn't, well, the guy's expected to pay, but if the girl doesn't instinctively do that, then I always feel like that's a red flag because at the end of the day, we're trying to figure out if we're meshing, right? If we can build a partnership, right? So that's why I don't feel like with these tests, like people say, oh, I'm like when you guys are talking about tests, I'm like, bro, what? Who cares? Like, why test somebody? Like
Test them to see if they're right for you.
yeah. I mean, I think you're gonna know that regardless. Like building an artificial test.
But you want to know now. You don't want to. You don't want to know later.
You want to know later?
Yeah.
Yeah, time is your most precious resource.
Yes,
we
it
don't,
is.
We don't have that much time. There's an end date.
Yeah,
So
there is.
you want to get it out the way.
You
Are
wanna
you
get-
the right one for me?
Yeah.
Let me test you. real
Let me
quick.
test you. Let me give you a test that you haven't
Yeah.
studied for. I always feel like tests. I just never felt good about it. I remember this girl said, "Oh, that was a test." To me, like I'm like, oh, what the hell?
She told you that?
Yeah, she had told me that. Like she's like, oh,
I would never tell the
I
person.
forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you should.
she told me this. I think I was at work with her. We were talking, whatever, and she's like, and she did so. I don't know what she did, and I'm like, oh, she's like, oh yeah, that was a test and you didn't pass. I'm like, what? I'm like, how the hell are you gonna give me a test and not tell me about it? I'm like, bro, whatever. I didn't really care. Like,
She was
but
trying to get with you?
yeah, I mean, we talked for a little bit. We went
Okay.
out and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But it's like, for me, like, if you finna test me, then I know I'm not the right person for you. I'm gonna just say, hey,
Really?
yeah, because
Mm.
I need not to be tested. Like, take me on my merits. Like, if you feel I'm not a trustworthy person and that you need to test me, then let's part ways. If a girl ever tell me that she testing me, I'm like, okay,
I don't
like
think a woman, except
they-
for the one that you dealt with.
Yeah, like-
I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
anybody
normally-
ever really
they
says.
won't, like,
Nobody
girls
shouldn't
won't-
say that type
yeah,
of
girls
stuff.
won't say that. Like, they won't. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, for me, like, I'm like, oh, that was a test. Okay, well, hey, I don't like being tested. This is not school. Like,
get
bruh,
you. I
let's
got it.
let's move on. Like, you find someone else you can test. Like,
Mm-hmm.
bruh, not me. Like, so that's
I'm
just
not
me,
a
bro.
quiz.
Yeah, it's not like, bruh, because I think that's the ultimate. Like, for me, like, of course, you got to test people because you don't know if people are honest.
Right.
So for me, I feel like I'm honest, right? Or I think that I'm honest to whatever, like, as honesty gets, right? So if someone tests me, I'm like, okay, I feel like that's an attack on my character. I'm like, okay, well, how did I present myself where I deserve to be tested in such a way? Like, and
It's not to say that they're diminishing your character. It's just that a lot of people out here have been hurt and they just want to make sure that they're making the right decision based on their past trauma.
okay, so you're telling me they didn't deal with their past trauma, so then they brought in to another person. I have nothing to do with that. Seek therapy. I'm not the person to be tested. Like, bro, like, that's how I feel. Like, and it's not me being arrogant. You feel me? Like, if I have to deal with my own shit, right? And excuse my language, right?
Yeah.
Then
Dealing with their trauma is testing you.
no, that's just,
Maybe the therapist said, hey, you're going out on this date. Try to see if he does A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And so that's what she's doing, counting on her
I
therapist.
doubt that. I doubt therapists would
No?
tell you that.
All
What,
right.
Do A, B, and C to test your
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, therapists do that.
I don't know. Do therapists do that? We'll see.
We say we'll see. I don't know how we'll see though. I don't
When you
have.
post this,
I don't have a therapist.
somebody's going to have a therapist and they're going to comment and say if a therapist tells you what to do.